Welcome to Tales from Jail. On today's episode, we're going to talk about one of the most told stories I tell everybody. The story of Buttercup and Skittles. So in jail, people do a lot of different stuff to pass the time, entertain themselves. Some read, some draw, some paint, some work out, some play instruments, others play games, board games, card games, a lot of gambling in jail. But one of the things I used to like to do was play pinochle. Now, for those who don't know, pinochle is like spades, but slightly different. In spades is trump. They beat everything. In pinochle, the trump always changes. It's always something different. Could be hearts, could be diamonds, clubs, whatever. So if you know spades, it's basically similar, but not quite. So anyways, every night in the day room, we'd sit down and play pinochle. And my partner was always my celly, old head named Grady. Now, I don't remember if it was his real name, first name, last name, nickname, but we referred to him as Grady. And then we always played against Buttercup and Skittles. Now, Buttercup was an old head, black gentleman doing a life sentence from Philadelphia. Skittles was, I don't remember where Skittles was from, but he was mixed, white and Puerto Rican like me. So we used to play every single night, and it was entertaining. Backstory: Skittles got his name because he took a lot of psychiatric medication, and so we just called him Skittles because he'd always go up there and take a whole little cup full of pills like Skittles. Buttercup was doing a life sentence for murder out in Philadelphia back in, I don't know, I want to say the 70s, I think. So they were partners. Oh, and by the way, Buttercup was homosexual. So we always sit down and play, and every night Skittles would talk crazy to Buttercup. And when I say crazy, he would always make homosexual comments. He would always try to entice Buttercup, because Buttercup was homosexual. He was gay. And, in jail, there's always a lot of gay jokes. It ain't because you're gay, it's just, that's one of the things that pass the time. You're just telling jokes, cracking jokes, making fun of people. But, so, we ain't think nothing of it. This night in particular, it got so bad, it had me questioning. Skittles like, bro, I think you're really gay. Not that there's nothing wrong with it. So, but he was going really extra with it, really extra, and it got to the point where they both start arguing. And Buttercup proceeds to tell Skittles, you know what, at 5 on the door, I'm coming to your cell. Now, 5 on the door in Pennsylvania state prisons, every hour, they would open your door for 5 minutes. You can go in, make some coffee, something to drink, smoke a cigarette, whatever. And then you would have to close your door and come back out, or you stay in and have to wait till the next 5 on the door. So, we're laughing, we're making a joke of it. But, Buttercup is not joking. Buttercup is not laughing. He's serious. Skittles keeps going because he thinks it's a joke. He thinks it's a game. And what Skittles didn't know, Buttercup used to be a boxer. Now, for those who know, they know about the boxing program in Pennsylvania back in the day. For those who don't, Pennsylvania used to run a boxing league like prison to prison. It'd be this prison against that prison, and it'd be sanctioned with a ring, referee, and all of that. And certain inmates would train and go jail to jail under supervision, of course. and they would hold boxing matches. Now, Buttercup was the Golden Gloves out of Graterford back in the day. And a lot of people get this confused with homosexuals, gay people, whatever, that because of their sexual preference, it makes them less of a man. They're still men with men's strength. And a lot of people don't get it. A lot of people don't understand it. So, you know, he knows what he's doing. He knows how to fight. So they call 5 on the door. Me and Grady go upstairs. We go smoke a cigarette to watch the show. They go to Buttercup's cell. And Buttercup's cell, obviously, he was Z-coded. Now, Z-coded is if you're homosexual, transsexual, whatever, or you get caught having sex in jail, they Z-code you, which is basically single cell status. You're in a cell by yourself, and you're not allowed to have a cellie for whatever reason. There's other ones like mental health and stuff like that, or, you know, if maybe you killed your cellie, you don't get along with cellies, so you killed one and you can't, you know, be in a cell with other people, which I'll tell you about that story in another video, a guy named Psycho. So anyways, we go upstairs. His cell, Buttercup's cell was directly across from ours. And Skittles comes up trapping behind him. He still thinks it's a joke. He still want to joke and play around. And well, they go in, and Skittles goes in first. Buttercup comes in second, and he shuts the door. Well, the door is shut. There's no way to open it from the inside. You can push your button and hope the CO opens your door for you. But other than that, you're basically locked in. So as soon as they go in, Skittles is at the back of the cell. Buttercup is by the door. And, you know, it looks like they were talking for a second, but not too long. And Buttercup just hit him. Boop, bop, boop, bing. It was like a 3-piece biscuit with some wings. It was crazy, so fast. It was like, I can understand why he was a Golden Glove. You could tell. He was just boop, boop, boom. It was so quick and so fast. It was insane. So anyways, Skittles drops. Boom. You can see him crumble to the ground. Now you can't really see because it has a window up here and the bottom of the door down here, so you can't see what's on the ground. And me and Grady are sitting there laughing, and you know, Skittles, that's what he gets, blah blah blah. He shouldn't have been doing this and doing that. So the light goes off. I'm like, holy shit! He's just gonna leave him in there? Is he gonna drag him out? What's gonna happen? Because at some point, you know, the CEOs are gonna find out. If neither one of them tells them, someone else will, because jail, everyone's nosy, and there's snitches everywhere. It's insane. So anyways, the light goes off, and next you know, you hear this, real loud. Well, after Buttercup knocked out Skittles, he went and grabbed some Vaseline, greased up. So not only did he knock Skittles out, I guess he felt like he was going to show him a lesson, and ran up in him. This is not uncommon for jail, but it was the first time I've seen it. I've heard stories, but it was insane. So the COs end up coming. They take them both. All right, boom, they go. Buttercup was doing life, so he don't care. He got, you know, they call it street charges. Like if you do a crime in jail, sometimes, depending on the severity, they'll charge you on the street, and then you'll have to be sentenced. But Buttercup didn't care. He's doing life sentence. I mean, what the hell is a rape or an assault or something like that? So, anyways, they go to the hole. Buttercup gets transferred out to another jail, and after a lengthy stay in the medical wing, Skittles comes back to the block, and the jokes were never ending. Like, you cannot get raped. You cannot not get knocked out and then raped and then come back to the block like everything's okay. It's just not happening. Like, everyone's going to have hella jokes. They're going to grind you up, make fun of you. It'll get to the point where you just want to, you know, kill yourself or something crazy like that. So he comes back. Everyone's cracking jokes on him. You know, it was very uncomfortable for probably a good 3 weeks for Skittles. The the making fun of, the picking on, the jokes were never ending for at least a good 3 weeks. And no one knows what happened to Buttercup. He probably just got transferred to another jail. He'll probably do, maybe I don't know, couple years in the hole, and then he'll go back to population. But even when Skittles came back to the block, he was not the same. He was not always joking, want to be a funny guy. After about, I'm gonna say 2 months, we just stopped seeing Skittles. Apparently he went and told him, he couldn't be in general population. He basically took PC, not because he was scared of anyone, but because he couldn't handle what had happened to him and everybody knowing. So he ended up taking PC, put a separation in on someone, which was basically like, I can't be in the same jail as this person for XYZ. It was totally bullshit, but he did that so he can get a transfer to another jail. So that way he can go to another jail and start over and nobody knows. But stuff like that carries with people to other jails, because the same way he goes to another jail, other people go to other jails. So at some point, I'm sure somebody ran into Skittles and that knew the story, and I'm sure the whole thing carried over. Never seen Skittles again. But the moral of the story, or the point to the story is, homosexuals, regardless of their orientation or what they like, they're still men. They will still beat you up like a man. Even if they're super flamboyantly homosexual, it does not matter. They're still men with men's strength. And you cannot take them at face value, because they're still men. But yeah, so that's the story I tell everybody. Probably the most told story I tell anyone from my time in jail. And that's the story of Buttercup and Skittles. See y'all next time.